Welcome back to Done in a Yard. Today I'm working on the stall. Now what the problem is when you actually open it up, it doesn't stay open, the spring's broken, and it sits too far forward. So the seal around it doesn't seal enough when you're driving on the highway. So like the air is very obvious to sound when you're driving at high speeds. So to fix it, the main problem is just the top hinge has bent and the spring is missing its bolt. So it's just sitting there. So I'll have to probably take apart nearly the entire door to be able to get to a lot of these things. Now, what I thought might have caused this problem is that somebody was opening the door on a road or something and a car came past and it would have hit this door and bent it forward, which would have broken the hinge and the spring. But it doesn't actually look that damaged, so I don't know if that is true. Maybe somebody just opened it really hard and it snapped that. But we just have to fix that. So how you actually take this door apart is what you need to start with. You need to start with the door card, which is the outside right here. Now I've already taken off once just because I did a little bit of cleaning. So you start by taking up this, like that. Just pops straight off. But now it gets a little bit harder. So what we need to actually do is we need to undo the screws in the handle here and the handle here. The next step to taking apart this door card is I need to take off the window opening handle. Now that is pretty annoying, but it can be simple. So there is a little metal ring that pops around, and the only way I've found to get it out is by using a towel like this. What you need to look for is you need to look for the open side, and if you just kind of wriggle in that flat side there and then push it up, and you're able to pop it out. That's what it looks like there. What I need to be trying to work out is how exactly can I bend back that piece of metal. Now, depending on how hard it is, I might just be able to get push it down on a table or something, but I'm not exactly sure. So we just have to get to that. But the other thing I need to do is I need to find nuts and bolts that can fit with the spring. Because if I get the head of a bolt that's too big, then it won't fit very well with the door. It won't be able to close. And obviously I need the door to close, or the problem on the highway with the air flowing noise, that won't be fixed. Okay, so now that I've gotten the screws undone there, screws undone there, the knob to open the window, and this part up here off, once we open the door handle like this, we should be able to, I think it's, if you just start pulling out of it, it normally pops out of place. There we go. And just slide that up. And we can take that off. And there you go. That is how you get the door card off of a car. After a really long time of looking for where this wire connected to, so I could take off the door, I think it is a spot down here. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to carefully pull apart some of these connectors with probably trying to avoid unplugging things. So I'm not exactly sure where they all lead. And then I should be able to unplug that wire and then take off this door. Now, before I started work on unplugging things, I just unplugged the battery, and I'm just gonna give it like 10 minutes to just settle down and the charge to dissipate in all of the components. But while I'm waiting, what I need to do is I'll have to unplug all of the plugs, and then I have to try and figure out how to unscrew it. because the plug I'm trying to get to for the door is plugged in inside 2 bits of metal, and there's just a tiny hole between them. So, and it's blocked by the other plugs. That's why I have to unplug them all. And once I've done that, hopefully I can unplug it and feed the wire out, and then it should be very easy job after that. Besides the fact I have to figure out how I can take off the door while also holding the door. As I'm doing some of this work, I'll try and get a good angle of some of the steps that I'm doing, but it's kind of hard, so I'll just have to do some and then show what it looks like. After a really long time, I finally got the wires undone. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie fishing line to one end as I pull it out, and just so when I want to put the wires back through, I have the fishing line going through, which will make it a lot easier to be able to pull it back through. Now I've finally got the wires fully out, and I've got this fishing line just tied off just so it's all there ready to use. Now probably the next one of the most painful steps, funnily enough, is having to take off this door, because I'll need to I'll have to use jack stands to support it up as I'm undoing the bolts, and then I'll have to carry it off. Now, the jack stands don't actually sit as high as I would like, because I don't really want the door to have to drop it all while I'm loosening the bolt, because that could snap them. So I'm actually just going to try and find some pieces of wood just to support the jack stands. What I've done now is I've raised the jacks up a lot using wood, just so it's actually pushing up on the door. That'll practically remove all the weight on the bolts, which should make them very easy to come off. You need to be extra careful while I'm taking this off. I finally got the door off, so now I just got to try and bend the hinge back and figure out what I'm doing with the spring. What I need to do next is I need to find something metal to go into here, and I need to use a mallet like this, and I just need to bash it really, really hard to try and flatten it out. So I've got this, but this is a bit sharp, so I'm going to need to find something blunter. But what I need to do is once I line it up about there, just need to hit it really hard just to try and flatten it out. After hitting it for quite a while, I've got it to sit practically perfectly flat. So now I should be able to put this back on, but before I put everything back together, I will need to figure out the bolt situation right there. That last clip that you just watched was actually quite a while ago now. I ended up putting back the door together once I got it flat over there, and then I put a nut and a bolt down there for the spring, just so the door can now, well, it can close and then it can just as easily stay open. And it seals nicely, so when you're going quickly on the highway, you cannot hear any noise coming from the gaps here.